TP family, it's your mom Cheryl back with another baking video. So today's video is all about glow blocks. So we're gonna play the game Jenga, and we're gonna see who knocks the blocks down first. So for this game, it includes 54 transparent stack blocks. We have LED base, then we have block stacker, all right, and then we have 3 games mode: traffic, chill, and psycho. So we're gonna try the psycho one today and see how psycho my grandkids are. So today we want you guys to come along and let's play Jenga, glow in the dark blocks. Okay, so while we're getting the game together, Jenga, that's gonna be part of our power hour today. So our family, we're gonna tell our most embarrassing moment that we are all willing to share, and then we'll come together and say, how did we deal with that most embarrassing moment? How did we help somebody else to overcome their most embarrassing moment, right? Oh, and I'll go first whenever we start, y'all, okay? Now y'all gotta stay tuned, because y'all gotta get to the end of our most embarrassing moments and play Jenga with us.
That is.
All right. Okay, so my most embarrassing moment that I had and how did I overcome it, when my kids were little, they used to have this saying that their mom was an alien. So no one ever knew whenever I had to go use the restroom. It was always this big secret. So mind you, I was taking calls while I was at work. It was towards the time I was getting ready to get off. Now, my work, they don't like you to hit the mute button because they think you have this whole other conversation. I was embarrassed because I thought that if something happens where y'all call it break wind, that the person that I was on the phone with might hear my most embarrassing moment. So I kept muting the call until I could hurry up and get off the call. And then I had to go to the restroom, y'all. But I was embarrassed to think that that person might hear me in something that no one ever knows whenever I go to the restroom. And to this day, my kids still call me an alien. But that's my most embarrassing moment. Whether or not
that was for the few years that we called you Bubbles when you came back from Mexico. But now you're an alien again.
Now I'm an alien again. Well, yes, because I always think that a lady must never tell. So no one must ever know whenever you go to the restroom. And I always teach my girls that too. So nobody ever thinks that I go to the restroom, because you never know if I go to the restroom.
But your girls don't care.
Well, y'all don't care now, but it was this big mystery when they were little kids.
I ain't talking about you. I'm talking about we don't care about who know when we go to the bathroom.
Oh,
I just don't use public bathrooms.
Well, that's true. That's true. But now y'all giggle at me now. But when they were little, they used to whisper to each other, "Is Mom an alien? Mom never goes to the bathroom. What is wrong with her?" And they used to have a whole conversation about it. So that's why that was my most embarrassing moment. I was just didn't want nobody to hear nothing bad that would be that would come through the speaker. So I thought that I should mute it just in case, since my tummy was hurt. So it didn't happen. I was hurry up. I got off of work, and then that was the end of it. But I was just embarrassed just in case that happened, y'all. So that's my most embarrassing moment. But how I overcame it was to find a solution to fix it. So I thought, oh, I can fix it by hitting the mute button. So if you ever have a problem, just look for the solution. Don't pay attention to the problem. Just look for the solution. And then you can solve it. Thanks for listening to my most embarrassing moment.
Okay, Ashley, what's the most embarrassing moment that you're willing to share, and how it could help somebody else with how you got through it?
Falling off a cabinet.
Falling off of a cabinet. How did you fall off a cabinet?
I was climbing, when I was younger, I was climbing on a cabinet full of food inside cans, and I was trying to find how to go seek. And not knowing that it was too high, I fell back and broke my arm.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah. And my whole family was standing there, kind of laughing and stuff. So that was pretty much my most embarrassing moment.
How do you feel like that could help somebody else, how you overcame it?
Not to climb myself. Because I could embarrass them, maybe.
Yeah. Okay.
No.
That's a good
Tell us your most embarrassing
Corlin,
moment that you're willing to share.
What is that laugh? All right, Duke. What's your most embarrassing moment that you're willing to share, and how did you overcome that moment?
When I walked into the wrong class on the first day of school.
You walked into the wrong class on the first day of school. How did you overcome that? How did you know it was the wrong class?
Because it went on my schedule.
Oh, okay. And then how did you overcome it?
Walked out to class.
You just walked out of class and went to the next class? So you kept going. That's how you overcame it.
I walked into the wrong class again. And then I asked that teacher for help.
Mm-hmm. So you asked for help. That's how you overcame it. Okay. Okay, Mickey, what's your most embarrassing moment that you're willing to share, and how did you overcome that moment?
Well, so like when I was 6 or 7, maybe I was at school and stuff, and so when we was in the middle of class, the teacher came over the intercom and asked me to come to the principal was in the intercom and asked me to come to the office. And everybody started looking at me in class. They was like, and when I went to the office, it wasn't even nothing bad.
Okay. But that was embarrassing to you?
Yes, because everybody started staring.
Okay, so how did you overcome that?
I didn't.
You didn't? You
Never
don't like when people looking at you?
Exactly, like when I present in front of the class. Like, everybody be trying to act hard, so when they present in front of, when I'm, like, somebody presenting in front of the class, they always, like, say it out loud then. Let Miss Boss or all of the teachers hear it.
Okay.
Ty.
But I think you did very well when you presented class.
I don't.
So you really don't have a problem with speaking in front of people.
I really don't have an embarrassing moment at school, to be honest.
That's just the most embarrassing one that you could think of.
No, honestly, that didn't even happen, but I think, I don't know. I just came up with that. I don't have an embarrassing moment at school or, like, at home.
Okay. All right, Gracie. What's your most embarrassing moment that you're willing to share?
I got bit by a dog.
When you got bit by a dog? Okay.
When I was younger.
So how did you overcome getting bit by the dog?
I haven't overcome that fear yet.
You haven't overcome the fear of dogs yet?
Hey, you can come eat my dog.
So we're still working on overcoming that.
Yeah.
So what are some things
if
that
it's
you
a
think that you
puppy-
could do that could help
If
you?
it's a puppy, I would be fine with it.
Just bigger dogs,
Yeah,
adult
but-
dogs you're afraid of?
Yeah.
Okay. So what if it's a small adult dog? Like
Like, it's
So-
in between.
so like if it's a, do you know what a Pomeranian is or a Chihuahua?
Oh, yeah.
Are those scary to you? Okay.
Oh, no.
So what's a way that you could overcome your fear with the bigger dogs?
Like, cope with it. Move on from that fear.
How do you do that?
Oh, I got a way. Pet a big dog. Look at one.
I have a friend that could help me to overcome that fear.
Okay. You have a friend that can help you do that? Okay, that's something that's helpful to you and your friend. That's giving them a purpose of helping. Okay.
So Asia is going to tell us her most embarrassing moment that she ever had that she's willing to share, and how she overcame that most embarrassing moment.
So my most embarrassing moment that I'm willing to share. Back when I was in high school, because I played a lot of sports, it was hard for me to keep my hair together. So my favorite go-to style was braids in the front, and I had a little clip-on ponytail that you could put in the back. And so we had a basketball game this day, and I was running up and down the court, and my ponytail or my rubber band that I had under the clip-on snapped. And so the clip-on started to slide in my hair. So what did I do? I unclipped the clip-on and just threw it to the sideline and ran around with my hair flying in the back and my little braids in the front. And everybody thought this was the most funniest thing. But I was serious about my sports, so I didn't have time to be playing with the ponytail. So how I overcame it was I just played through my game. And I think I scored like 20 points that game. So it didn't bother me none. And that's literally how I deal with life now. So the way that I overcame it is just keep going. And so every time bad stuff happens, I just keep going. So that's my most embarrassing moment. Yay! Okay, Lily, what is your most embarrassing moment that you're willing to share, and how did you overcome it?
I didn't overcome it. I cried. It was child. So I got when I was in the 4th grade, I was chasing somebody, and they threw a book bag, and my tooth chipped. And when that thing fell out of my mouth, I was crying. We tried to save your tooth. We put it in milk and everything. And my mama did not care. She made me throw it away. But I never overcame that chipped tooth. So I got it fixed. I used to smile like this.
All right, we put you a whole new
I used to cover it. Yeah, don't tell nobody about my tooth. You don't know, you gotta know.
Well, don't nobody know it's a whole new tube.
Well, now they do.
The whole world. Another one. DJ Khaled, another one. And what he did to cope with it. Okay. Peanut.
What I did to cope with it?
Meaning, what did you do to conquer it, overcoming it? How did you
feel better about
the
embarrassing moment?
Yeah. How did you feel better about it?
I don't know.
Well, what was your most embarrassing moment?
Because I was trying to open, so I had a bottle of my sister's milk, and I was trying to open the door with it. Like, I was trying, doing this, and,
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
doing this, and it, suddenly, dropped, and, glass shattered. The glass shattered, and milk was all over it, and in my
You're talking about
and my mom, and my mom was really mad, yeah.
So, how did you feel better about it? Was it because...
And why was you embarrassed?
Because the glass shattered. Because you dropped it.
Yes.
Okay.
And you was embarrassed.
Yes.
It's okay. So,
leave
my baby alone.
What I tell you about that?
So,
It's just like that.
So how did you feel better about it? Leave TT alone. How did you feel better about it? Was it because I said it's okay and let's carry on? Because I didn't get upset?
Nan's gonna tell us what's her most embarrassing moment and what did she do to cope with it.
Go get her one. We're one there for her. You ain't get one.
Okay, Nene, what's your most embarrassing moment?
I don't have one.
You don't have a most embarrassing moment.
Hold the door for her, King. What was the most embarrassing moment? One of the most embarrassing moments.
It's not leaking, Bam. It's just the cold water in there. Now close it back up. Push it up. There you go.
I would have to say maybe. I mean, not passing. What? Get on my nerves.
Not passing what?
Not passing. I needed you for support.
Yes.
Group of people.
What?
Yeah, but to me, but I would have to say not passing my cosmetology exam the first time. But how I overcame it is when that can pass.
So you was embarrassed to tell somebody that you didn't pass. Is that what it was?
No, it's just when you have an expectation of yourself.
Oh.
I was embarrassed within myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. She gonna be drunk up. She was